Welcome. You've splash landed into this Prosecco-laden podcast, straight into the woo-woo pool with the crew of Ohm-g. We're just a simple group of tragically imperfect and highly empathic BFFs, exploring a wide range of atypical topics with humor, grace, and curiosity. This is Ohm-g. Welcome. Today's topic, bringing magic into our daily lives. God taps, glimmers, and abracadabras, some of them be. You're here with the crew of
Ohm-g, the podcast.
This is Camille.
This is Lynn.
This is Chandra.
This is Brenda Sue.
And this is Dawn.
We get her for 3 episodes today.
Oh my goodness.
So lucky.
Yes, it's a fun day. So we are going to talk about how do we create magic in our everyday lives. I have been experiencing a lot of magic the last couple of days.
Do tell.
But one very simple way. I was out walking in the woods yesterday, and, spring be springing around here. Just, yeah, that too.
Thank goodness.
But I was walking down the trail, and the little tiny wildflowers are coming up in the forest, the little purple ones. And I was like, oh, it made me so happy. So that was one of my magical moments from Saturday. So let's talk about how we create magic in our lives.
Oh, I got pointed at. Speaking of plants, I'm a plant nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you may or
We've
may
been
not
to your
know.
house. We know.
And a practicing witch as well, and an energy worker. So I can feel subtle energies, but even for people who haven't been trained, everybody can if they just train themselves to do it. And plant magic is a really fun topic to talk. We could probably talk about it for an hour if you wanted to, which we're not going to do, but a way for everybody to find little magic in their personal lives, regardless of what their path is if they're a plant lover, give your plants some energy, give your plants some extra bless the water that you water them with, their food. When you go out in the garden and you pick your herbs or you're picking flowers or vegetables or whatever, just like the shuffleera that's in your guest room, I talk to that plant whenever I go in there and I say good morning to it when I'm there. I talk to plants. I sway them when I use them for my herb blends, and I talk to my garden all the time. And they do thrive when you feed them energy and attention because they are sentient beings, in my opinion, too, because I am an animist, I have animist worldviews. And everyone and anyone can do that. You can hold your hands on something, you cup your hands over a plant or an animal or anything, and just see if you can feel the subtle energy from it. Hold your hand right over it, like touch it, welcome it. Like people joke about hugging trees and touching trees, like it's a big woo fun thing for people to kind of giggle about, but it's real. Mm-hmm. And if you all probably already know, if you touch a tree and you consciously try to connect with that tree, you can feel its energy. You can feel the energy flowing. And I give my oak trees attention all the time. They're very magical for me. I love plants. I love being outside. I love watching the birds and the wildlife. And I talk to the squirrels when they're running by.
Same here.
But the magic in your
yeah, that too.
But there is magic in the natural world, whether it's in your garden or in the woods. You were just mentioning the flowers in the woods that are all coming up now. And I'm the same way. I nerd out when I see the wildflowers, and I touch everything, very tactile. So there's just a way for people to add a little extra magic to what they're doing with their plants in their garden. Even if you have one house plant in your house, talk to that little guy, give it a name.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because one of my things that brings me joy is wind chimes. And my husband bought me a really nice set that I have outside of our kitchen dining room. And my good friend Lynn, my Lynn friend over there, gave me the most beautiful set of Bigfoot. I got the foot wind chimes.
Oh my gosh, really?
Hanging out in the back part near the hammock in our backyard. And we were talking about this the other weekend. I'm trying to attract crow friends into my yard. But even before that, I had noticed when I would take my dog outside, like I would never hear, or it felt like I was never hearing my wind chimes. Like, why aren't my chimes ringing? You know, so I was standing outside and I'm like asking the trees, like, when I come out, can you please just give me some breeze and let the wind chimes chime when I'm outside with the dog? I'm like, I love them so much and I love to hear your music. Like, will you? And I kid you not, it has been a month now. And every time I go outside, a little breeze will kick up, and no matter where I am in the yard, they'll
hear the little chime.
They chime around me. So
you expressed appreciation, and they are delivering.
Yeah, I want to hear a funny story because, you know, when I'm out in the woods, I'm talking to everything. And I was out there with my friend Emily last Friday, and these 2 crows were flying over, and they were making so much noise. And I was yelling at them, "What are y'all talking about? Crows? Hey, we're down here." And there's a man down at the bottom of the trail. And he's like, "Is it okay if I let my dog off the leash?" And I'm like, "Oh, Lord, he probably thinks I'm some crazy lady up here screaming at the crows," because we could hear him clearly. So I know he could hear us.
Don't bite the crazy lady, Sparky.
Right?
That's funny.
Yeah.
I was trying to think, put me on the spot. Well, I put myself on the spot. Ways to bring magic into your life. I think the plants and all the like trees and things like that. But sometimes I ask my guides for magic and my ancestors, and they always deliver. And I like that. And
you just have to look for the synchronicities or the things that come. The magic might not appear the way that you want to see the magic, but if you pay attention, you'll see.
You'll find it. But on, I guess it was Thursday. Was it Thursday? I have to look at Chandra can remember. I cannot. So Thursday, I was listening to the podcast at work, and I was like, "Oh yeah, today's the date of my dad's death." And so I text everybody in the podcast, and we was talking. I was like, "Oh yeah, today's the 15th anniversary." And I was like, "I hope he comes like and shows me something in a big way." And I kid you not, 30 seconds later, I was talking about him on the podcast, and I was like, "That's kind of weird." But then later that day, because I had said I want him to show me something in a grand fashion, I was sitting in my kitchen and I kept hearing beeping, and I was like, "Is that medical show I'm watching? Like, where's that noise coming from?" And I had the windows open, and the fire alarm in my bedroom decided to go off for no reason.
And the battery wasn't dead.
And the battery wasn't dead. And no, it wasn't just the beep. It was
like alarming.
It was alarming. Like, hello, 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 hello.
There's a fire.
Yeah. Yeah. But there was no fire. Because I looked, I was like, "Oh God, is my house on fire?" But
that's pretty cool.
Don't leave your candles unattended, people.
Yeah, I don't even burn candles really unless I'm standing right there with them because, you know, my house is
made of wood. It's old, and that thing would go down like a timber.
It's a tinderbox. It's 250 years old this year.
Yeah.
Like, I'm scared. So if you want to bring some magic, ask your guides, ask your ancestors.
And I think too, like if you practice some sort of meditation or spiritual practice, you can have magical moments in that. If you see things or experience sensations or feelings, and our spirit circles are magical moments because we're all sitting there together and we're all feeling, we're all seeing, we're all connecting.
I remember that one time we were actually doing a spirit circle downstairs in your house, Brenda, and something just told me to. I usually sit there with my eyes closed, even though we're in the dark. I usually, just have my eyes closed, the chronic dry eye and things. but something was like I had the express feeling that I should open my eyes. And when I did, the room was, even though we were sitting in the dark, the room was lit up. And it was a very blue light.
I remember that.
And before I opened my mouth to say, "Is anybody else seeing this blue light?" And it was like 3 people at the same time. I was like, did the room just light up?
Wow.
And at the time we were experiencing a lot with like blue beings and alien beings, and we felt them like outside the window. And somebody said, "Well, should we invite them in?" And it was like at that moment, you could feel them come in and the room went dark again. We had all said in the beginning that we wanted to have, like we were kind of like doing that particular circle. It was just a close little group of us that we were doing it because we wanted to have an experience. And it was like, well, you answered that one. That was one of the crazier things that I've personally experienced in quote unquote, actually seen with my physical eyes in real life kind of thing.
And if we think about like all the magical moments we've had together as a group, like when we first met Lynn and we went out on that farm for that
Mayday.
It was Beltane.
Mhm.
Beltane, yeah. And we all saw shit that day that was not from this world, I'm going to say, and saw with our physical eyes. And Lynn, I don't know what happened to you that day. I don't know if you had like a Kundalini awakening.
I think it was my whole body just got covered in chills when you said that.
Okay.
It was the Kundalini.
Yeah.
We were talking about it last night.
We were, yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to go back in time and go there with you now.
Yeah.
I want to go there so bad.
It was wild.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My Kundalini said, Kundalini.
We were seeing like blue faces and red eyes in the woods and
Squatches.
Red eyes.
Yeah, it was the red eyes.
Mhm.
And
That was a wild night.
that was a wild night.
Mhm.
And didn't a pack of coyotes howl y'all out as you left
Yeah.
or something?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
And they had peed all along the trail
You could
on the way out
yeah.
to the parking lot.
You
It
could
was
smell it. It was
scary.
like
Smell this. Get on out of here.
Yeah.
And I mean, someone started howling, someone, and then they howled. Was that you, Cam?
I think it might have been me.
I was
It
about
was
to say, I
Brenda.
bet it was Brenda.
And so she was just like, oh, and all of a sudden the coyotes started howling and they were close.
Mm.
We got on out of there.
Yeah.
You know, one of
It's like,
those
get
boy
him out of here.
coyotes was like, well, there's my mate. See you later.
It's like, oh yeah, boom.
But that was an extremely magical night.
It was.
There was a lot. And I always tell the story. We was talking about last night. Literally last night we were talking about this, and we weren't drinking or,
Right.
you know,
There was no undue
substance.
influence.
No. And so the world is a magical place if you just open up your heart and your mind to it.
And you know what I do sometimes when I'm just not feeling it? I don't feel like talking to my guides. I don't feel like working. I don't feel like going outside. Just not feeling anything at all. I will think about basically the law of attraction and karma. You better start putting some good out there so it can bounce back on that mirror that is life and come right back to you. Whether that means passing a lady in a grocery store and saying, I love your hair color. Oh my gosh. And watching her light up. Or seeing some guy out in the parking lot who looks a little grumpy. That's a really pretty car. Do you like that car? Just something that starts a little spark. I also am guilty, kind of an earthy person as well, Miss Dawn. When I'm out walking the pup, there will be like earthworms wriggling on the sidewalk. I always pick them up, put them back in the grass or some nice little mud, and think, go out there and just give back to all of us.
Yeah.
But not the hammerhead ones.
You have to kill those.
Exactly.
Those are terrible, terrible things. But bugs, I put them back. If they're in my house, there was a snake in my house not that long ago.
Oh, Lord. Never
Trapped
coming
the
to your
little
house
guy.
again.
I've had a couple snakes in my house and a frog. But I put all the critters outside. I trap up spiders too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I will kill roaches or whatever because
and stink bugs can just F off.
They're evil.
But I don't smash them because
we send them.
Stupid.
Yeah, well, they
go to a watery death.
Mm-hmm.
But
toilet.
Ariel at sea.
Yeah. I like the little bitty critters. I pay attention to them when I can.
But you know, when you feel like crap, sometimes you just have to pull up those panties and put out some kind of good, even if it's a cheesy compliment.
But you know what? You've just created magic for someone else.
Exactly.
So you created a magical moment for that person.
Yes.
So you can create magic not just for you, but for others as well. And people are hurting right now. Like any little thing, especially for women, as we're talking about women in the last couple episodes, we kind of need that. And if it comes from another woman, it's like, oh, that's so, it just gives you all the feels, and people remember just somebody being nice to them. And
Or
you've
considered
just
for a
made their
brief moment.
day magical, just like that.
I was in the post office last week, I think, and this woman came in the door and she looked like she wasn't having a great day. She had the most beautiful white and gray hair. It was long and it was like wavy and beautiful. And I told her, I was like, I love your hair. And she just was like, thanks. I was like, okay, maybe it helped. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. But she did. She had really beautiful hair.
It probably did. She might have had a horrible day that day, and she might be like, whatever. And then later on, like, you don't know, like later on,
when her beautiful hair, she was be like, that woman gave me a compliment.
She probably did. She probably thought about you, and she's like, oh, that was nice. Because we never know what people are going through.
That's right. Yeah.
I do try to keep that in the forefront when someone cuts me off in traffic, all those little irritating things that happen throughout life. But there's also a lot of little glimmers and happy moments and God winks that happen too, and they need to be acknowledged.
I was just telling someone this weekend about some of the experiences we had out in the woods at night.
Mm-hmm.
The magical moments in the forest at night. Dun, dun, dun.
Take your children out of the room now.
But we saw so much stuff out there that was really magical too. And that one night that we were out there and the deer came running through just as it was getting dark, I still don't know what that was.
I don't either.
I'm not sure that was a deer.
Well, we saw the deer, but then there was something behind it.
Yeah, but it was what was chasing the deer that was.
I still felt really uneasy about that because I don't think it was.
The night I felt uneasy.
Yeah, it was like, we got to get out of here.
Yeah. I was ready to pack up and go.
Yeah.
I didn't care if we had wine. I wanted to pack up and go.
Yeah. Yeah, that was something.
It was something that
different
didn't look of this world.
Right.
This whole area of the world is just kind of a liminal. It's thin here, isn't it?
I feel like it is.
Well, isn't there the ley line that runs through Pilot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is a ley line.
Yeah.
So, hotbed for paranormal activity.
It's a big one. And of course, what is it? Morganton? That's the Bigfoot town?
Yeah.
Is it Morganton?
We still haven't gone there yet.
I can't remember if it's like vortexes but like Uwari and down in that area, there's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of quartz crystal down in Uwari, and I wonder if that's why that is like that.
Yeah, there's magic all around. You just have to look.
I was just remembering some synchronicities I had like that when I asked for guidance in the car. This happens to me a lot in the car, but some that stick out for me is one time I was driving on 40 doing something or other, and I was mad about whatever I was mad about.
Something.
I was mad. And I was just being grumpy, and literally this billboard came out of nowhere, and it was green, bright green, and it had yellow letters, and there was no company. It wasn't advertising anything that I could tell. All it said was, "Put on your positive pants." I noticed that you have to pay attention. There's another time I was in the car and I was bored. We were coming home from one of our long festival trips that we used to do from probably Wisconsin or something, driving home. And I think it was near Pilot Mountain. Now that you mentioned, it was we were in North Carolina, but I think we had just gotten here. But I was bored and I was like, I'm tired. Where are my guides? I just would like a sign. Is there something I need to know? Like one of those type of things. And then the next billboard was an advertisement for some local car lot. And all it said on there was, "We are always there for you."
Oh,
whatever auto group or whatever it said. And I'm like, see, so everybody can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I get in the car, I run into all the car tag numbers. And we were talking about this before we started recording. I'm always sending the podcast going, look here. 555-666-777-999-8787. Like, it's constant. But it's every time I get in the car. It's like I see them every time I get in the car. And for me, that's just, and we did have this conversation the other day in the group chat about how I see it. It's like synchronized swimming with the universe. Mm-hmm. It's like you're on the right path, and it's like the synchronized swimming. I love it.
They're like, here. Yeah. Here's your sign.
I think for all the ones that we notice and pick up, there's probably 100 more that we missed.
Oh, for sure.
I think they keep trying until they hit us.
Yeah.
They're always around.
Yeah. And this weekend, we were talking about the previous episode that we did, but how we've all, well, not every single one of us, but most of us have had this awareness of the divine feminine has come into our awareness in the last couple of days, 4 or 5 days, which I think is like, that's another like little just tap or whatever you want to call it, little magical moment that we're all kind of on the same page and in this going in the same direction that comes into the,
or at least that we're all,
awareness.
like the same subject keeps coming up and maybe in different ways. Like, some person may have it come in a session, whereas the other person may be like, oh, I was just watching that YouTube video that just randomly popped up from this person I've never watched before. And it was talking about something very similar, and just how even if it's just a common subject that starts to permeate the people around you.
And that's how it's kind of always been with us. It feels like when we've had like a Squatch time in our in our group, that Squatches come up a lot, or the Blue Beings or the Hathors. It's like there's concentrated information on something all at the same time for all of us.
Yeah.
In different arenas that we've dabbled in, stuck our toe in the water of the Squatch.
Squatch toe.
The foot.
They make a cream for that, I think.
Must be a hell of a callus.
Yeah. You want to tell about the creatrix?
Well,
That's good since we're talking about it.
yeah, the magical moment that
Heck yeah.
that we had this weekend. I was in a session with someone and I felt a presence of a female, and she said she was the mother of creation, which I have never had come into a session before. And it was the most like loving feeling. And her countenance was like the kindest, most gentle, beautiful feeling, sight, whatever. And then yesterday, was it yesterday you guys were doing your session?
Yes.
Dawn and Lynn had a session, QHHT. And what happened?
When I was calling forward someone to speak to Dawn, the mother of creation came through. So magic.
Yeah. So
I mean,
mine
that's
happened on
pretty-
Friday. And you
ours
had it
happened
on Saturday.
Yep.
And
Like,
then
how magical is that?
and then that's what we ended up talking about today in the
About-
previous episode about
women.
yep,
Mm-hmm.
coming into your own power and balancing of the divine feminine within.
Yeah. And we didn't even know it was International Women's Day.
Yep.
I
So
had no clue.
synchronicities.
Yes, I love it.
I love it too.
It's
I think
magical.
she's been here for all of us apparently in the last few days. Like this was kind of meant to be, I think. This
Yeah.
previous topics, especially. Like we were just apparently supposed to do that today.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Because it needs to be spoken out for other people. So,
Yes.
and not that we have a huge listening group right now.
I think it's bigger than you think it is, because I get messages a lot from people who I had no idea listened. So anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So anyway, we're giving the message, her message,
Yes.
as other people do as well on the YouTubes and whatnot.
Yeah.
So anybody else?
I'm just going to throw something silly out there.
Okay.
It's another little strange way to bring magic into your life. Sometimes I will do something ridiculous like look at this nail polish color that I would never, ever dare wear and paint my toenails that color. Just so when I look down, I'm like, what a kick.
Yeah.
Love it.
Or maybe I read 3 years ago in some holistic magazine, if you rub castor oil into the soles of your feet every night and think about A, B, and C, that will bring more joy and wealth into your life. So I might try it that night and never do it again.
Right.
But still,
Your feet will be so soft though in the morning.
I'm just saying,
That's
because
magic.
I do have those winter Tarzan feet, but pedicure season is upon us.
And you might,
Things,
and
silly things.
you might poop the next morning too, which is always a reason to celebrate.
Praise be.
Be regular is 4:00.
It's those little gifts that keep on giving.
That's
You know,
right.
It's actually important. I'm glad you brought that up. Just little stuff like that's actually not so little.
Mhm.
That can actually make your day more magical.
Yeah.
You know, put a little body glitter on and just look sparkly today. Just
Yeah.
for no reason. Are you going to go out tonight? Put a little something glittery on, something that you maybe normally wouldn't wear. Go buy a glitter disco ball for your plant, which I forgot to buy yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I also forgot to buy that moon pillow. Now I'm all mad about it. I meant to buy that.
But I also think laughter can bring magic.
Yeah,
Oh, gosh,
absolutely.
yes.
Yeah.
Pull out that purple sequin thong that you bought in 88 and swore you'd never wear again, and wear it
And strap it
secretly.
around that one thigh. It still fits on.
That reminded me of
So
something.
you still have a secret to yourself that day, Cassandra.
That did remind me of something. My mother-in-law, my late ex-mother-in-law, I remember a friend of hers buying her just a matching, like old lady underwear or whatever, but they matched like a
Right.
set. And she was like, nobody has to know you wearing this really frilly thing that matches, just all matches. And it's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But when you put them on, you just feel
Pretty.
different.
Yeah.
You feel pretty. I'm so pretty.
Yeah.
I'm so pretty.
That's what I say. That's what I say when I pull my Spanx up.
You can make that.
No, you don't. You say, I'm so pretty.
And I can't breathe.
Just little magics.
Yeah.
Tiny magics aren't so tiny sometimes.
Make your own little God taps
Yeah.
or pokes, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, y'all go create some magic in your life for yourself and for others. Remember to love yourself and love each other and take care of each other. Peace out, y'all.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Adios.
Thank you for joining us today. Please follow and subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and leave a review. It's so easy to do and such a huge help for us. We appreciate your interactions so much. Want to join us at our table? Make sure to check out our YouTube channel and join our Facebook community. If you've enjoyed this content and wish to support us, take a look at our Patreon page. All information and links will be in our podcast description. Catch you next time.
This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM, women's voices amplified.